Hello. Welcome to Tona's Table. Today is going to be a great day. Repeat after me. Today is going to be a great day. I am your host, Tona Buck, and I thank you for joining me today. I have an amazing, awesome, beautiful, intelligent, smart, hardworking guest with me. See the captions coming on automatically? No. Like it's showing. I'm sorry. I was just telling Crystal that I have this amazing new site, and I don't know which way is easier, and I don't know how to get these captions off this thing, and I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure it out. You can still see our face somewhat. Like it just comes up. So interesting. So let me give me one second, Chris. I'm trying to see, does it look better when we're up, or does it look better when we're back? Okay, whatever. We're just going to sit up and it's going to be coming on our faces. Again, let me try to start this all over. I am excited tonight to have Crystal Feliciano, an amazing, extraordinary, gifted, talented, hardworking community advocate sitting across from me on my show. I am going to bring her on in a few, right after I do Tona's update. There is so much going on in 2022 for me, and you know I always have to recap what I am doing, and this is how I introduce myself. Hello, my name is Tona Buck, and I'm a sexual abuse survivor and advocate. And I have some things that I am doing that are very important to me, and also need your help to make these visions and my purpose come to fruition, because it's not about me. It's about every child, that's getting victimized every 9 minutes. So there's great work to do. 2022, I just had an amazing meeting on Monday with these extraordinary warriors who are putting together our 5th annual worldwide virtual sexual assault walk, April the 9th, 2020. This means that all over the world, and this is our 2nd worldwide, but our 5th altogether. COVID is horrible, but it taught me a lot. It taught me different ways that I can grow and that I can get my message for enough and no more is out. So I'm excited about that. So again, all you have to do is be anywhere in the world. And last year we had people from different countries and we had people from different states all come together on one day in unity, said enough is enough. No more. We refuse to not have a voice if we've been victimized, and we also will protect and educate our children, and we will not be ashamed to have this horrible crime, because sexual assault is a crime, not being spoken about anymore. And that is my platform at all times. So April the 9th, 2022, you can register at Eventbrite. You can register on rosawarriors.org or at tonabuck.com. You can call me at 609-331-9931. Again, my number is 609-331-9931. This is what I'm super excited about as well. Last year, it was so powerful to me, and the year before, because that's when COVID came. So for my birthday, I asked everyone to take a picture. Like I can't draw a straight line, so I tell people do not get intimidated by what I'm going to ask you to do, because some people got fancy with it and made it easier. So I asked people all over the world and from every state and from everywhere if they could either do a poster, a piece of paper, anything that said Trenton, New Jersey, because we're from Trenton, New Jersey, because this has been seen everywhere. We're from Trenton, New Jersey, and this is where this annual worldwide walk is been established from Trenton, 7.3 miles. Yeah, great things come out of Trenton. And so we are now, I'm asking, starting February 1st, we are pushing our picture promotion, meaning that everywhere around the world, wherever you live at, anywhere in the States, all I need for you to do is get a piece of paper and say your name. If you're a survivor, by all means necessary. If you're brave enough to say that you're a survivor, I commend you. So mine would say, I'm a survivor, Tona Buck. Trenton's, or you don't have to say Trenton, you could say Worldwide Sexual Assault Awareness Month, April the 9th, and where you're from, and put where you're from or whatever. So it was say, if you're a survivor or not, like I said, if you want to say it, your name, you can put SSM. Next Wednesday, I'm gonna have total examples for you, but some of you have already done it. It was so powerful. And so you say SAAM, that's Sexual Assault Awareness Month, worldwide virtual walk, April the 9th, 2022. Hashtag Rose of Warriors. And so people got fancy, Crystal. They started just taking pictures of themselves and just putting it on the picture. And I was like, yes, I didn't even think about that. That just says, so I had people, like I said, from different countries. I had different from people states. I had, all my New Jerseyans supporting. And because we want people to know that we are joining together in unity to fight this battle. This is my movement, no more, enough movement. To protect it, like I said, to protect and educate our children and give a voice to the voiceless. I don't want to go into details. Y'all know the book is coming in 2022. Though for those who don't know, I'm an author, Amazon.com. I published 3 books. I don't want to talk about that because I really want to get to my guests. We are doing a woman's retreat for sexual abuse survivors. It's open to everybody, but it focuses on brown and black women. We are doing a new documentary, Enough Part 2 of Why We Didn't Tell. If you have not seen the documentary, you can see it on YouTube. It would change your life. 10 African-American warriors sharing their stories about being sexual abused and our survival. It has never been done in history because, as I say all the time, our culture teaches us what's done in the house stays in the house, and we are breaking the silence, and no more should that be said or done. So that is, I'm lying. I have one more of Tona's update, and we'll go to this amazing guest. I wrote a book with a brain injury after getting hit by a car 5 years ago, and it was called That Second, because your life can change in a second. And like I remember when we was contemplating the title, I was going to say in a split minute or something. That's not true. It's the second that you get that phone call, the second that you hear that news, that second that you get that text, that second that something happens so traumatic that it changes your life as you blink your eye. And this week, alone, I've gotten 2 text messages, 2 people that I care about lost their children. One is Officer Jerry McCloy. He passed last week, and I sent my condolences out to his parents and his family and his friends. And today, a co-worker friend of mine was excited. She had her daughter was having her first granddaughter, and they had a huge baby shower, and she was due today. And of course, this COVID has all mothers on edge, because if you've been following me, my daughter is expecting very soon, and they were not allowed to be in the room. And my daughter has an amazing husband, but I'm her mother, so I am. It was we both was tearing up this morning, which was so crazy. That's how fast that second come, because we both was tearing up because she couldn't be in the room with her daughter, but at least her daughter was local, and my daughter lives in New Orleans. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna play this out to make sure I'm near, like how I'm gonna be there, even if I can't be in the room, be in the area, because in that second anything can happen. So we were in a PD today, and we got an email that the baby passed. The baby passed that second. So my condolences go out. I don't want to give the information to the family, but I just want to express. I have a book that I love to read, and it says there's a season for everything in this, and it's called the Bible. And I know the whole 66 books for backwards and forward, but it says there's a season for everything. And if this is not your season to grieve or to mourn, I need you to learn how to appreciate it, because a lot of times we take our winters into our springs. And we need to enjoy that moment for that spring, because them seasons are going to change. And one this is their season to mourn, and it may be mine the next time, or maybe yours. So I need you to get the mind frame, because we are so used, especially as African Americans, of not being able to make that transition, because when stuff happens, it's like when the rain, it pours. And I get it. Some of us had, I've been suffering for 7 years after getting hit by that car. Some things, it rains and it pours and it just continues. But and I said this a couple of weeks ago, when I understand, and in another, it's in my book again, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And your morning may not be the time. The morning is not the time of the day. The morning is when the healing takes place, or the healing starts taking place. And so if you are in that season where the healing has taken place or is taking place, enjoy it. Enjoy it, because right now somebody is in that dark winter season. So my condolences just goes out to these parents and anybody else who have lost anyone in the month of January, because death is not easy. And I tell people all the time, I'm the person that I'm not good at funerals. I'll be crying for your grandma, great grandmother, uncles. Like I cut a food. Like I'm very empathetic. So I'm the one, like after the funeral, I want to bring food. I want to take care of you when everybody's gone, because I don't deal with death very well. And I don't think some of us do. My mother's works at a funeral home, and she did my grandmother's funeral, my aunt funeral. She does everybody's funeral. Like she does the makeup and everything. I applaud her. That's not my gift. So I wanted to my condolences out to anyone who lost anyone. And I also want to change the energy now and give a shout out to who are those who are celebrating birthdays. Can I tell you that 2022, so many things are going on, like for real. And the one woman I knew to have on my show to kick off the beginning of the year to tell us some things that are happening in the community in Trenton and the surrounding area was this beautiful chick, Miss Crystal Feliciano. Welcome to Tona's Table. Can you please introduce yourself to my wonderful audience?
Thank you. First of all, Tona, thank you for having me here tonight. I appreciate the extension and the invitation to be here to have a conversation with you. You certainly kicked it off with a whole lot of information. Man, I could have went and cooked dinner and came back.
Girl, that was a short version.
I could have went and made dinner and came back.
Girl, you better glad I get into the books and everything else. You would have been to sleep back, and I'm like, come on, Crystal. It'd been 5
Right. But again, thank you for having me here tonight. Shout out to Lance Lopez, who's watching also. And everybody else that's here. Rob is out there watching, and everybody that's here checking us out tonight. Thank you again for the invitation. There's so much going on in the city of Trenton, that is. And I pride myself on being one of those people that likes to capture the moments, right? To be out there amongst the people, not only capturing the moments, but actually doing the work and helping out everybody in the process along the way. But let me just say this, media work is not easy, right? A lot of people think that, oh, okay, you just show up, you hit a camera, you know what I'm saying? You're talking and this, that, and the third. There is a certain gift, there is a certain skill set that has to come, and an attitude, right?
Yes.
Come with being able to do media work. You got to be on all the time, right? You got to be on, whether you want to be on or not. And sometimes I don't always want to be on, right? But guess what? What the job calls for is what I do at that present time. So I could be walking up in my feelings about something, and because I'm going to cover something, I'm going to come in with a smile on my face.
Yes, ma'am.
Tired. I barely rest, but I'm on the scene and we making it happen. So I just want to say to those that think that it may be easy, right, to just kind of show up and show out, sometimes it's really not. And it's not because you don't necessarily want to. It's just that sometimes we all need a break.
We human. Human.
And we can't be in every scene, right? I try to get on as many scenes as I can. And shout out to Thomas Peterson for the Peterson's Breaking News of Trenton and that platform, because he's an awesome, dynamic young brother who is doing this thing that I have the privilege and awesome time or opportunity to work with him. But again, even with him, right? He can't cover every set. There's always just something that's going on.
Yes.
But so I guess the reason why I kind of went into that about the media piece was to say that if there's something that you're interested in doing, do it.
Yeah.
Right? I love the camera. I've loved it for a long time. And for those that don't know, I actually was on TrentonianTV.com for years. Tyrone Miller actually got me started in messing around and doing that with Trentonian.com, right? TrentonianTV.com. I've been a radio host on WIMG, the multi-stellar award-winning
five-time stellar award-winning station.
AM. And shout out to Vini over there with that.
Yes.
I also had Crystal's Place, and that was a show where we did live with. I had a producer from Newark, New Jersey, James McLean, and we worked together for years, putting that together, right? And then we moved into the Crystal Feliciano show. We did that for a little while, and that was under another producer that I had the awesome opportunity to work with. And then I got into podcasting now, right? In addition to Peterson's Breaking News. And so I have my own podcast, All the Chatter, where we're bringing you all the chatter that matters. I just have to be more consistent with that. But as far as media and the like, that's just always been my thing. That's just always been my thing. I always said I wanted to be like the next Oprah Winfrey, but better. Because only Oprah could walk in Oprah's shoes. I want to walk in my shoes.
Yes.
But in the likeness of what she had going on, the drive, the determination, the opportunity, I'm praying for all of that to happen somewhere along the way. So shout out to everybody in media. Shout out to you and what it is that you look to do in bringing people forward, right? But we bring the news, we bring the events, what's going on. I'm always around, but that's nothing new for me. That's nothing new for me, right? And there's a lot of things that I do that you won't see on the camera because it ain't about that, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's just about that intimate connection in doing the work, and then sometimes it's about highlighting and shouting out those other people that are doing the work. And I think that that's very important, that we acknowledge people where they are in the capacity in which they are serving, because it's also not easy to serve either. Sometimes you may not want to, and you may not have the means to, but we all do. Yeah. I just want to say shout out to everybody that's out there doing it in media, in service, in community, in the work, in the trenches. Shout out to everybody that's doing that.
Because we have a whole lot of people, Crystal, I always say this, we got a whole lot of talkers. We need some walkers, right? And we need information to be out there. We need people with our skin color. I think many of us, thank God for Oprah. I give shout outs to her. I think many of us, I want to be in between the Oprah and the Wendy. Because I'm educated, but I'm a little ratchet. So, I got the little both sides to it. But so I think that one of the things that I admire about you is, first of all, your energy. You never lie. There's been times that I've been sick because, we did WIG. I did WIG I'm still a part of their family. So in doing this and doing platforms, and so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As soon as the camera come on, or as soon as you walk out on that stage, that energy changes. I can pick up the sickness. I can pick up the morning. I can pick up anything. The mad at somebody. If I'm upset, if somebody made me mad before I got to get on this camera or get on that platform, you drop it, because it's our purpose and it's our goal, and that's what we do. You know when it's your purpose. You know that it's your calling, because you're good at what you do, even when you don't try. I know that makes no sense, but you just naturally flows. I tell people I can talk like I did. You laugh. You talking about you could have did Dinner Girl Please. That was a short version. If you wasn't on here, I would be talking for a half an hour on my own show by myself, because I just love to talk. I've always love to talk. I think one of the most difficult things for me, Crystal, is for those who may not know, I got hit by a car, left on the street like an animal, and it damaged my brain really severe, and it's still healing. But I just remember not being able to articulate words. Or to this day, I still struggle. I'm a walking thesaurus, because I can't remember how to structure some sentences. And I don't think people see that. They just see this mess. And I'm like, y'all don't understand the battle that goes on in my brain to do what I love to do. So it's very difficult. Crystal, tell me some things that other than the media, because we know how amazing you are with the media. And I always thank you, because when I first came out with my first book, that second, I appreciate you putting me on your platform and bringing me on your show. What I do love about Trenton folk, for the most part, we shine a light on each other. We ain't got to be best friends. We ain't got to know each other like that. But we know that you doing something positive. Girl, genuine Trenton people, because we will shine the light on you. I tell people this all the time. I was blessed with a bigger platform, and I look for everybody. I'm like, my platform grew. I need to shine light on everybody that I know that's doing something positive in the city. And you are doing more things in the city. So finish sharing with us all the other great things, or the organizations that you're a part of, other than being great and amazing with the media.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. What don't I do?
Exactly.
So I am a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Trenton Alumni Chapter. I am a proud member of the National Sorority of Phi Delta Kappa. That's the National Educators Sorority. I'm a member of the National Congress of Black Women. We do political things. A member of the Mercer County Federation of Democratic Women. Again, that's in political. I'm a top lady of distinction, the Trenton chapter. I am the first vice president to the Trenton Democratic Committee.
Nice.
I think that that's it as far as the organizations and things like that. I sit on the general advisory board for Mercer County vocational schools. I sit on the general advisory board for the Trenton Literacy Movement. I sit on the advisory board for the Fortis Institute. And I've just been asked to sit on another advisory board for something local in the city. And as soon as that goes through, I'll be pushing that out there as well. It's easy to sit on advisory boards because you don't have the same time constraints as a full-blown board member, right?
Yeah, I know.
They meet more regularly. Advisory board members, you know what I mean? We get in where we fit in. But when I step into the room or on the platform, I am bringing everybody good, tangible, solid information to help move them to the next level.
Yeah.
So there's that. I have a foundation, a 501c3, the Gianna Monet Genesis Foundation. Is named after my daughter. We help children ages 3 to 17 that experience partial or total hair loss due to alopecia, cancer, or other extenuating circumstances. I have another nonprofit that I haven't gotten a 501c3 status yet for that I'm thinking about, and that's called Project Move, making our visions evident. And that deals with community beautification, civics engagement, self-esteem empowerment, and educational platforming. So that's where we are with that.
So I want to thank you for your service. I know you said that you thank other people for their service. We want to thank you, Krista, for all that you do, not only for Trenton and not only for our children and not only for our community, but the surrounding area as well. Because again, we got a lot of talkers. We ain't got a whole lot of doers. I tell this all the time, and this is a quote from Darius Daniel. We don't need 100 kittens. We only need about 5 lions. We need about 5 strong lines to make change, and 5 strong lines in my circle. I always tell people, my purpose is great. I don't need a whole lot of lions sitting around talking about what they're going to do, licking themselves. I need some lions that's going on board with me and going to make stuff happen. So you are one of those lions in our community that's making things happen, and I applaud you and I thank you for your service and what you do. Now, Krista, we had a conversation, right? And I said that and the only reason why I'm bringing this in because I know that you're knowledgeable about what's coming up. I was saying to people, when I say this, I really don't care how people think, but because I'm always real and that's who I am. But I was saying the one thing I love about this being our 5th annual worldwide walk is that this is a political year. So I started off with everything. Drill teams, you name it, I've done it to a 3-page bio. But one of the things I always knew, if I ever wanted funding or if I ever wanted the big support, it's political. And you said that you sat on a Democratic board. Are there some things that we should be looking forward to in 2022 with all these upcoming elections? Because with the COVID and you educated me, and I'm pretty much on this on top of stuff. So one of the things that I want to do, because you sit on the Democratic boards, is there anything that we should know that's coming up, like as far as how we should vote or what we should look forward to? Because you taught me something in the split second of the time of the month of 2022. That's what's going on in our local city. So can you just give us an update on what's going on since you are in those positions?
So what I'll say to that is there is an upcoming municipal election in the city of Trenton. It has moved from May, right, to November. So we'll be voting this year, November 8th, 2022, for the Trenton municipal elections. What you'll need to know is we're going to need good, educated poll workers that are going to be able to go out and work at the polls. We have new electronic systems, and we're going to need people that are going to be able to handle that equipment appropriately so that all the votes count, right? Because what we don't want is votes not being
Not at
counted. In the
all.
last election, there were issues with poll workers not being trained adequately, with the bags not being sealed and locked correctly. And if I'm not mistaken, at one point there were like over 1,000 votes that were thrown out, that were disqualified because they were not handled correctly. And
Wow.
so I would petition everyone that can to just make sure to be trained on it. And again, on my platform, on Peterson's, we'll be doing, excuse me, educational pieces on my platform, which is All the Chatter, on Thomas's platform, which is Peterson's Breaking News of Trenton. We're going to be putting out the messages so that people know where to go, what to do, and how to do it. Also, you'll want to make sure to be in contact with the county clerk's office, Paula Salami Cavella. They'll be putting out information and things too, I would believe, as far as trainings and things that people need to look out for. Most importantly, people need to register to vote. That's what you need to do. You need to register to vote, and then come out and vote, right? We've always had low turnout, and that's unacceptable, right? We want people that are going to come out and voice your opinion. This is a critical election, I will say, because there's a lot happening in the city of Trenton. If you like it, okay. If you don't like it, all right. So we need to come on, we need to register, you need to come out, you need to vote, you need to be educated about all of the candidates that will be coming forward. Again, to your point, Tona, you said those that talk about it and then those that be about it. I just kind of switched it up in my wording a little bit. You want to keep your eyes on things like that, right? You want to look and see the people who's out there. Now, I said I wasn't even going to go there with you, but since you don't open up the door, I'm going
to at the Democratic Party, sit on the Democratic Party.
Just 1 minute. I'm going to touch it. I'm going to get in and I'm going to get out the double dutch vote. Right?
I'm shining the light on you. Educate us.
What you want to be mindful of is the people that kind of show up when it's convenient to show up. If you ain't seen these people in the last 4 years, you're gonna want to think about that. If you want to see, if you see repeat people that are running again, but they have been quiet and silent since they didn't get in office. See, the work don't ever stop. You don't have to be in office to do the work. Exactly. You just have to have the love for the city to do the work and to be about it. You don't have to sit back and wait for other people to do it and you just kind of show up and fill in for the photo op. You want to get down and dirty in it, put your hands in it, and you want to help bless as many people as possible within your capacity, right? But you want to be about it all the time, not some of the time. And so people need to watch out for that, right?
That's true.
Right? Because we can make it look good all day long, right? And then some people say, oh, Crystal takes a lot of selfies. Some people even dub me the selfie queen at large, and that's okay because I'm large and always in charge.
Mad at me
but
then.
here's the thing. So every picture I've taken, you would want to memorialize. You want to memorialize the things that you've done, not to have it thrown out there to be like, oh, look at me, look what I did. But guess what? Excuse me. When it's time to show and prove, ain't gonna be no question. Exactly. And so all I could say is it's time for people to work together. It's time for people to come together. It's time for us to all take a serious look at ourselves, take a serious look at what's happening around us in the community. And it's time for Trenton to get it together, to put us in the place that we deserve to be. We are the capital city. We need to look like it and we need to act like it. And we need to be able to have pride in where we are, right? And where we're from. We don't want people that are going to just be here, be educated here and get up out of here because they can't wait to go. We want to have opportunities here for the people so that they can come, right, and be a part of. And we don't want our residents to just have to keep renting. We want ownership. We have great people here in the city of Trenton. Some of them need some training. Why can't we get it for them? Why can't we help them out? So then on that point, I'm going to say this. Yes, I've announced November 9th, I am running for Trenton City Council at large. It is what it is. It's hashtag no days off. We out here working. We've been working. It's nothing new to us. It's true to us. And that's just what it is. So I would say, if you want to look out for something for November 2022, you want to look out for Crystal Feliciano, City Council at large. And guess what? I'm looking forward to working with everybody else that will be appointed in position, everybody from council to the mayor. right? And I want to touch that real quick too.
Go ahead, girl.
Some people try to say, oh, she in the mayor pocket. Oh, she read, girl. Oh, she this, that, and the other for the mayor. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I am respectful.
Say it again.
And I will remain respectful
Disposition
of whomever the mayor may be in position. Why do we do moment with the mayor with Reed Gussiora? Because Reed Gussiora
is the mayor.
Come on. And so why do certain things happen? It is what it is. If that should change, guess what? We still rocking with the moment, with the mayor. And we still would be respectful because that's the kind of person I am. That is the kind of person I will be. And to that end, I would say, you also want to be on the lookout for people's attitudes, and you want to look at how they carry themselves, even around other candidates. Because guess what? We all see and we know what we don't want. If you see it now and it's in the street, you see people, and all this other kind of stuff, you already know what you're going to get. And we don't want that. Yeah. We want people that, like you said, Tona, put that ish to the side. If we're here to do the business of the city, then let's rock out and do the business of the city. It's time to change. We're here to bring it. We're looking forward to a wonderful run. We're looking forward to meeting and greeting those who we have not met and talked to. We're looking forward to working with people who we've been working with and those that we haven't had the opportunity to meet. We are open to talk, to do the walk. We open to it all because here's the thing. It's about Trenton for us. That's real and that's authentic and that's from the heart. And here's the thing. I'm going to say one more thing.
Go, girl. This should listen. This is why I'm glad it's called Tona's Table. Go, girl.
Here's one more thing I'm going to throw out on the table. I'm going to throw it out on the table. Ready? Lance, I'm throwing some stuff out on the table.
What up?
I'm going to say this. Lance Lopez is my campaign manager, and he's a good brother. He's a phenomenal person. And I want to share this with you. Lance and I go way back, right? And some people wonder, well, Dad, how you get Lance? You know what? Lance was, when he was the PBA president, PBA 105, we met one day walking down Warren Street in Trenton. And I said to him, Mr. Lopez, and this was like over 10 years ago. I was like, Mr. Lopez, we have our foundation and, we help the kids. And, would the PBA be willing to help us out, right? Because we want to have, we have fashion shows, but we want to have it in a bigger venue. And it was because of Lance Lopez and PBA 105, the awesome members that were under his direction and leadership, that they actually sponsored and got us into the War Memorial Building in Trenton. And from then on, we just were always cool. And him and Anthony Walker both, they would come for years to the fashion shows and we would have them sit in the front row. Even when they ain't want to, they'd be like, oh my gosh, she got to sit here. But they would come, but they would see and they believed and sold into us. And so why not? That was a big move for me at that time, stepping out, and he believed in me then. Why not him for this now? And he's a fighter. He's a go-getter. He's a protector. He's very knowledgeable. He is an awesome big brother to me, a friend. I can vent and scream and holler, and he can pull me right back on task. And guess what? You need that in a campaign manager, because sometimes you'll be tired and worn out and people try to beat you down. And sometimes, they might get in your head a little bit. But when you have somebody strong like that, that could bring you back on track and let you know that what you're doing is worth fighting for and that they fighting right with you, that's sometimes all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. It's just a good word or just a get your ass up and keep moving. Sometimes you need it just like that. Fuck that. Right? Excuse my language.
Girl, I got a bad mouth. I got a nasty mouth. You ain't got you ain't got to apologize, bro.
Sometimes you need it just like that. And I got much love and respect for him. And for who he is. And I appreciate him on this journey with me. My whole team is dope. Listen,
you got to have one.
My campaign photographer is on here, Karen Hilton. Can't nobody touch her. She one of the baddest in the land. And she rocking with us. And she went way back with us for years, but she's professional, caring, courteous, sincere, authentic. Listen, she even chewed me out one time about something, but she pulled it right back. She chewed me out in love and pulled me right back on track. And you know what? I respect that.
You
Say
need
it in
it.
my face. Don't say it behind my back. Say
Exactly.
it to me. That's when you know somebody really cares about you, because they could check you. They could check you right there on the spot, and you ain't got to hear it in the street. And that's what I appreciate, about everybody that's working with me, is that we all work together. It's in friendship and it's in love. And some people would try to say, oh, Crystal could be a little rough. Crystal could be hard to work with. Crystal, this, that, and the third. Listen, you just got to step your game up to get to where I'm at. I will work with anybody all the time, every time, right? My students will tell you that. I just ain't for the game plan, and I'm just not for the nonsense. And if you come to me with it, I'm going to step to you straight up. So just be ready for it. And that's just what it is. I'm all about Trenton. That's who I am. West Trenton, born and raised. I'm back out West Side right now. Homeowner, I'm back. I ain't throwing up no gang signs now.
That's West Trenton. We're not gang signs. This is Trenton, West Trenton.
But
yeah, no gang signs.
I'm repping my set. West Trenton, but I'm all around town, and I love everybody. I teach students in every ward. I have friends and family in every ward. I have done work in every ward. I will continue to do work in every ward, right? And I'm just excited for what's to come. I'm excited, and I hope that everybody else is excited. My hashtags, no days off. Hashtag send me. Hashtag Crystal for counsel. Hashtag envisioning and creating a better Trenton together. And that's the only way we're going to do that, y'all, is to
Crystal, let me just shout. Because Crystal's like, I was like, Crystal, listen, my job is to shine the light on you. This is your platform. Tell me what you want to do. I said, do you want me to talk about you? Nah, girl, nah, thank you. So Crystal is running for council at large in Trenton. We need to get out and vote. For those who may not know my bio, I had the luxury, if you want to call it that, God bless y'all who are running, to run for office when I was like 29. And one of the things you said is very important to see how people interact. Because again, I was a little girl and I was running against 11 older people for West Ward City Council. And I was grassroots, and I had an amazing organization and my amazing team. Shout out to Lance and Karen and whoever else is a part of your team. And you're supposed to get them a shout out, because it's not easy work. It's hard work. This is hard work. This is not, because you're not getting paid for this. They are not getting paid. They work a lot of, this is not no, senator or whatever. When you do local, they working for hard. They love you. They doing hard work. I know I had a strong team. So I came in second behind a great woman who was just on my show a couple weeks ago, Lynette Latique. And I remember not only did I run against her and I lost against her, which was fine, great experience. Like I said, I was a kid. But that year was the biggest year that they had 18 to 35 years that ever voted. So that's important to know, like you know. Even if you don't support whoever, if you have the power to get people to register to vote, do it. Because that's what we hit the pavement. And just like many of you, I announced my candidacy very early on. I did it I think I was just turning 30. I'm 25, just make that clear. I was turning 30 that year. And so I remember it was like 300 people, and I was like, I got to do it now, because the summer was so important to me, because that's when people were out. Like, so we wasn't running in November, we was running in May. So normally people, would go and start in January or whatever. I was like, I can't, because my numbers is going to count, because my people were going to be on the street chilling, because that was my age. And we hit hard. We hit hard. And this is 2020. And with this COVID, we got to hit hard or hit home, because elections are important. And like she said, if you support those who are already in it, by all means necessary through you. But if you want to change, you won't know what is different unless you try new. And so I'm excited to have a platform that's not only to spotlight you, Crystal, and I know your work, and I know you're going to do an amazing job. Again, a shout out to all her awesome team that's supporting her from the heart love. Girl, I felt that, but that's heart love, because people don't know it. Like you said, you got people talking about you. You got people every other day. I had people calling me, the newspaper. So what do you say about Annette? What do you want me to tell me about the issues? I don't care about. When I was running, her name didn't come out my mouth, because that's not my character. I didn't care what nobody else was doing. If you want to call me and ask me what's going on, ask me what I'm gonna do for the city or ask me how I'm gonna impact. Other than that, I didn't put, and it was like I said, I was the baby of the bunch too. And they were going at it, girl. Woo! The older people, they was ruthless. I was like, you be scared. I don't know about you yet. But girl, I used to, because I was not always the nicest growing up. And I was like, please don't let me have nothing in the paper about me. Because they be trying to dig up everything. And I was just newly, freshly a nice person. You know, I was unfiltered when I was younger. You know, I was in a cray when I was younger. So when I got that vision to run, I was like, God, are you sure? Because I'm so young. People haven't forgotten about my craziness, but it was a great experience, and I hope you, the best, Crystal, and I'm a woman of my word. If there's anything that I can do to help you, by all means necessary, Lance, reach out to me. I think that you will be really good for the city. I look forward to. I have other candidates, like I said, that's going to be on Tona's table. I look forward to hearing your platforms, but I've seen you. I done been there when people showed up when for photos. Like I said, I have a 3-page bio. I done been there. I want to see the people who've already laid the foundation, and now they just need to be in the leadership so they can start from the top down, because they done already did the bottom work and built it up. Now they just need to be in a place that it could just go everywhere in the city of Trenton. So I have to get off this camera. I'll get off this show. Again, thank you, Krista, for coming. Thank you for sharing that you are running. Thank you for giving us the information about the election. I need you to remember this again. The election is not in May this year. It's in November. Crystal, if you have people listen to you right now that want to help you with your campaign or need to get in contact with you, how can they do that?
So they can reach me. Thank you, Tona. So you can hit me up on Facebook, either under my Crystal Feliciano Facebook page or under Crystal for Trenton. You can you can message Lance Lopez. He is my campaign manager, and get with him. We have email Crystal for Trenton, and that's FOR. So it's Crystal FOR Trenton @gmail.com. And the phone number is 609-960-5489.
I'll give a shout out to all of your team and to you. Good luck. Again, I'm here to support any way that I can. I thank you for being a part of my broadcast. I want to thank all those who have been watching Tona's Table, who continue to watch. I will see you next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Have a blessed and safe week. I love you. Bye.
All right, love you, babe. Thank you.
Bye, sweetie. Thank you.
Anytime, honey. Take care.
Oh, you coming back before the campaign. I'm gonna have you back.
Well, when we come back, then we're gonna lay out the platform.
Oh yeah, I got you.
We got something for you.
I'm ready. I'm ready to hear.
All right, honey.
We'll see you soon, Crystal.
All right. Take care. Be well. Thank you.